Hey people, Injured here, welcome back to the Elite League show. We are on Calderas Desert because it's a quarter-final, isn't it? And on the blue side, Redbeard is a commander knob, infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins range combat with a twin link shooter, the Death Skulls elite scheme, and Twala Lee, over on the red side, is an Ordo Malleus brother captain, a durable hero that walks through objects and cannot be suppressed, powerful support and disruption fights in melee combat. Twala Lee's been playing Dawn of War 2 since the mid-1970s. You know, ABBA, Bee Gees were really big. And I think Redbeard has to be considered a veteran at this point, been playing for years. And they're fighting for the last semi-final place. Double shooters up, we got a strike squad, and looks like we're going to get another strike squad because I don't see any stormtroopers and I don't see any generators. Is that going to be double Nemesis focus? Everyone loves the Nemesis focus, but the side bolts are pretty damn strong these days. Going to keep my eye on this strike squad to see if they grab it, because I don't think the side bolts shows up in a unit card. There it is. Side bolt ammunition on the way. And I assume that's going to be double side bolt then, and that's going to be a huge amount of range damage. It boosts their range damage by like 60% or something, or is it 65? Here we go. There's we are, the hammer. Look at the damage already on those shooter boys, and those are running strike squad. Look at that, it's half their health almost gone. How are you going to approach this, Redbeard? I guess a stun bomb will be pretty useful. Here he is. The other strike squad are moving in. Stormtroopers are off, going to decap that natural wreck point of Redbeard. Stun bomb misses. Bunch of DAC Slugger boys moving into. They're going to get wrecked though, because we're going to see double side bolt ammunition strike squad. Pain boy on the way for Redbeard. Try and help with some sustainability in the field, but look at that. Sluggers are getting destroyed. And backs away. Maybe a death gun would be pretty useful here. Could also get a melee commando, of course, and try and sneak in and tie one of them up. Maybe even use that assassinate thing. I don't think it will kill a model, but they get them pretty close. How quickly can they bash power then? Pretty fast, as you can see. Wow. How much is a side bolt ammunition? That's crazy fast. Might get toned down, I think, in 293. There's that pain boy. Melee unit with a heal over time, and there is the heal over time. The Git source. Twala Lee trying to make him waste it by backing away there. Not sure what the cooldown is on the old Git source. Just delivering some nasty damage. Oh, Commando has got the knife, the Assassin's knife. Tripper shot as well, I forgot about that, which he can use to stun the brother captain. 2-to-1 cap here for Twala Lee, going for some operatives, those fellows with shotguns and various things to throw at you. And it also acts as a detector, I believe. Hide the boys on the sluggers, and Commando gets in. Probably going to retreat here yet. Brother captain got the cap with a triple now for red side. Node is up in 2 places. Stormtroopers are still out in the field with those hotshot las guns ready to fire. Operatives are now out. Look how quick they are on their feet. Can infiltrate at will. Also throw an incendiary grenade, I think, these days. Forward back plan. They have lots of tricky things. Can the pain boy... Oh, they found some shooter boys. To say, can the pain boy get into melee? I don't think he wants to by himself. 354 to 491. Commando trying to recover some energy before he needs to be all sneaky like again. Shooter boy is getting a knob leader. He has a twin link shooter and knows how to use it. There he is. Just point it in the general direction of the enemy and squeeze, shake and yell. Here we go. Operatives are also there. Can set something up with their grenades maybe. Well, our brother captain's got something. What is this? Oh, enfeeble. slows you down and makes you deal less damage or take more damage or something. Look at the damage here on the shooter boys in light cover. Couple of seconds of shooting. There's the enfeeble. Protects the strat squad from that commando, which is now being spotted, of course, by the operatives. Commando snapped out of it. Sluggers really struggling to get in. If these guys are able to deliver their damage, Sluggers are in big trouble. It's not that easy to shut them down, especially now with enfeeble in play. Shooter boys are being tied up and wrecked by ranged fire. Here comes a pain boy. Where were you? Didn't get the heal over time on the commando, maybe. He's probably already used it. There's that triple shot. Getting the brother captain in trouble. What was it, like 70 DPS this thing? Yeah, not that bad. Although he does have a terrible sidearm, I assume, since he's an orc. Why didn't they get the Dakar in their sidearm? More Dakar. Operatives back out. But, I mean, Redbeard won the engagement, I guess, since this guy's capping now. Wasn't a convincing victory. Loads of orcs fell over. But that's the way of the orc. Trying to bash this contested power here, which has been genned up by Toilet Elite. Trying to get tier 2 now, I assume. For a librarian, maybe. If he gets a librarian with Sanctuary up, it's going to be pretty tough. I guess a Death Dread marching in counters that. Commando doesn't really need to sneak over here, but he's going for it. Oh, he wants to mess these guys up. I thought he was just going for a cap. Meanwhile, towards the southeast, operatives are being all sneaky again, and there's the enfeeble on the shooter boys. Bad news for those guys. Look at the damage pouring in. Good grief. Don't think those guys are going to get away. Oh, hide the boys to try and save them. But it did not save them. Meanwhile, these guys dropped 3 models from the knife. Tier 2, both players around about the same time. I don't think Redbeard's going to bother replacing those shooter boys. Surprised not to see big shooters up from these guys to suppress, but I guess he wants that tier 2, eh? Wants a Death Dread or something to pressure these fellas. Could get a weird boy, of course, as well. What was that weird glowy sword thing you did, Mr. Brother Captain? Showing off your psycho powers, are you? Lots of Dakar for his face, just backs away. Operatives are making sure to keep an eye on this commando. Get out of here, orc. Maybe they can pour some damage onto the stormtroopers. No, Toilet backs them off. Not sure what those guys are doing. Yeah, it looked like Redbeard ordered these fellas like over here, and those fellas decided to go around the long way. Rhino coming up for Toilet, and it's a war truck for Redbeard. Hide the boys on the sluggers. Can they get in? I mean, they got to know they're here because the pain boy wouldn't run in alone. There it is. Enfeeble. These guys now have just the cars. We make them even scarier at range damage, I assume. I don't think they have plasma weapons anymore, but they might, maybe. They don't seem to look any different. Here's a war truck with those big old Death Skull tusks on it. And some tank busters for Redbeard. Has he seen the Rhino already? Well, there it is. Going for the last cannon to counter that war truck pretty effectively. Here we go. Boom. Oh, there's a melter bomb. Or a crack grenade, whatever it was. This war truck is not going to last long. Triple cap. War truck down. Not looking great for Redbeard. Where is that weird boy when you need him? Sluggers now have their nob leader, so they are a legitimate threat to the strat squad if they can get into combat with them. There's the enfeeble. Completely shuts them down. It does lock your brother captain in place, but the sluggers get wrecked. And there's GG. Oh, lag. A lag spike, says Redbeard. And there's a concede. Redbeard was pretty far behind anyway. Even without losing the sluggers would have been very tough. But the captain got the Nemesis Demon Hammer up as well to combat the only threat, which would have been those sluggers if they lived. But there you have it. Double strike squad with Cybolt ammunition. Pretty scary. 1-0 now for Tolali, and I'll see you in game 2, guys. Hey people, Intrid here, back with game 2 of this last quarter-final. We are on Fedred Folly, and Tolali has brought out the Apothecary, support hero that fights in melee combat by default, begins with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura. Got some Blood Ravens, and on the red side is Redbeard with a Plague Champion, starts off ranged combat with a damage over time bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but it's pretty slow. Some Black Legion. More heretics for Redbeard, more scouts for Tolali. Two heroes that I think are not super highly ranked in terms of 1v1s. We'll see who comes out on top, eh? Plague Champion is sticking to this raised platform for now with his trusty stinky bolter. Apothecary wanting to show the imperial truth to some heretics, but they weren't interested. Plague Champion is now going to shoot him, and so are some CSM. Yep, needs to back away. Doesn't want to stand out of cover with a Apothecary. There's some Nurgle worship for you, just in case you take some damage, fellas, but you didn't, did ya? Tactical Marines now behind the heavy cover of these pipes. Apothecary most likely just going to hang back for now. Yeah, doesn't really want to wade in, take a bunch of damage, and then get meleeed by heretics. Scouts on capping duty. Heretics are going to try and meet them over there, but scouts are pretty quick. Just turn around and run. Edging forward here. Looks like the heretics are going to be committed into combat. Nope. Backs away. Maybe he should have pressured over there. To try and clean up this raised platform with 2 VPs on it. Just avoiding the big fight. So now we have shotgun scouts. See, I think you should always try and pressure a little bit before those shotguns come online, because then the heretics are in big trouble. Hang out there a bit. CSM should have been in cover. Maybe there's some Nurgle worship. Lot of damage on the Apothecary. Doom Blast goes in. Very late with the shotgun blast, but does get it off. Meanwhile, CSM getting into melee. Plague Champion, who are you shooting at, buddy? You're shooting at the Tactical Marines. Another Doom Blast. Tolali switching on the melee mode for those Tactical Marines, trying to finish off the heretics. Very nearly got them. Very nearly. I think a little bit smarter there with the target in from Redbeard. Should have been just trying to focus down the scouts as soon as the Apothecary retreated, I think. Top tip, if you see some scouts, they're up to no good, so shoot them. 1 hit point, says Tolali. It looks like the heretics were pretty lucky there. We've got some raptors on the field now for Redbeard. Tolali can counter with purification rites, maybe. Of course, there's the shotguns too. Do these fellas have shotguns? Nope. We do have assault marines on the way though. There's the raptor jump. These guys suppress when they land. Assault squad will disrupt when they land, and of course, fantastic synergy with a hero that can heal you. So, need to get that Apothecary out of there quickly if you can. Much easier said than done, of course. Especially when you're getting knocked over by Marines jumping on you. Here they are. Have slightly more hit points than Raptors. 50 more per model. And less damage, I believe, out the gate. You know, a balance. 472 to 414 on the VPs. Redbeard is going to get maybe a triple here, because heretics are grabbing the southeast. Has now spotted the assault squad. Do they do something specific, like a nasty Nurgly sword? Maybe. Yeah, we do see an aspiring champion for the heretics over here. Looks like it for now. Doesn't really have the resources to get anything else up. But here comes Twala for a power bash. Has the Sanguine Chainsword ready to go. Heretics need to run the other way. There you go, fellas. A little bit overkill over here to deal with some Heretics. Meanwhile, aspiring champion Heretics, scaring off some Tactical Marines, did not use a Doom Blast, didn't need to. CSM do not have a ton of war. And no war gear for the Plague Champion, looks like. Are you following your 2 units over here? I think he is. Slowly but surely. Shotgun blast on the Heretics. They're quite far away from the shotguns though. Scout shotguns doing more damage the closer that the target is. Double aspiring champion Heretics now. Raptors missed their jump. Not the end of the world. I mean, they spent a bunch of energy. Now some Nurgle worship. Worshipping with his healthier Heretic squad. Trying to avoid the shotgun blast, but instead it's a grenade. Hits a bunch of Heretics there. Apothecary is ready to heal the assault squad. And getting those constant heals for himself from the Sanguine Chainsword hits. There's another Doom Blast. Plague Champion is moving in, but I don't see any sign of that sword. And with the Apothecary there, with his own sustainability, are the Heretics going to be enough to deal with the assault squad? Can they focus down the Apothecary here? And you're getting pretty close. If not, he's going to go down, and does go down. Well done. Doesn't take a lot to bring that guy down at level 1. Kraken bolts loaded in now for the Tactical Marines, doing more damage to heavy armor. 20% more. And the Plague Champion is just being tied up and taken out of this. Better run away, buddy. Took a bit too long to retreat and is going to lose the Plague Champion. And of course, since it's an Apothecary, they can revive themselves without using Requisition. And there it is. Just by using red, Larimer's Blessing. Tier 2 for Redbeard. Decent time for a Blood Crusher, I think. Forced Twala to get some anti-vehicle. And a bunch of harassment and big old smacks with your melee weapon as well. Caught the Tactical Marines here. Apothecary's there, ready to heal though. Shotgun blast also came in, but is still forced to flee. Gonna be an interesting fight in tier 2 when these guys get their Sergeant and their Merciless Strike. Can they stand up against Raptors and double Heretics with Apothecary support? Plague Champion is still down. I think we'll see a tier 2 unit before he gets back to his feet as well. Scouts, meanwhile, with no upgrades, they're just basically capping bots at the moment. Raptors got this decap, and now jump away. And another decap there, smart play from Redbeard. And there's the tier 2. Do they have anything queued up? They don't. Those Heretics got caught. Scouts can chase it with their shotguns. These guys don't have a grenade, so no retreat grenade. There's that shotgun blast. Raptors taking a hell of a lot of damage from those shotguns, eh? Must flee. And it is a Blood Crusher from Redbeard. 360, but they do take a little while to come out. I think it's like 70 seconds or something. But we'll see one for sure. Is there anything queued up? Yes, we do have the Sergeant of the Assault Squad queued up for Twala. 420 to 362 on the VPs. Scouts? It is Scouts. And there's the 2-to-1 now. Sergeant is up. No Melter Bomb though, so the Blood Crusher should be able to do some work here. There's Touch of Nurgle. That's one way to deal with an Assault Squad. Blood Crusher charges in. Not sure you needed to, buddy. Could have just ran in there. Apothecary's in trouble. Was that Purification Rites? It was. See the Raptors there with their Sergeant. Has that very impressive looking demonic maul thing. Big old retreat from Twala. How did it respond now to the Blood Crusher? Maybe Devastators? No, we see Missile Launcher and Melter Bomb. It's quite a lot spent to counter the Blood Crusher, but not as much as the Blood Crusher costs. I don't think. Oh, maybe it is. Exactly the same amount of power, in fact. I think Missile Launchers are 40, maybe they're 35 these days. But I think you can make it work, especially if you can jump the Tactical Marines with your Raptors. Take that Missile Launcher out of play. This guy can tank a Melter Bomb, I think. Uh-oh. Tactical Marines here not tied up. Boom. Can they get another one? Needed to get them moving a bit sooner, I think. Oh no, got it. There's some Nurgle Worship. Looks like it's going to be okay, I think. Not sure they're going to be able to get close enough to shoot again. But hey, they can shoot some Heretics here. Just a Doom Blast and run. And there was a heal for the Assault Squad. Haven't really got close to dropping a model of those guys, although neither have the Raptors, to be fair. Maybe we'll see an upgrade for the CSM. Oh, got more Assault Marines on the way for Tolali. I guess I'm going to say maybe we'll see an upgrade for the Chaos Space Marines next. And if it's double ASM, maybe we'll see some Mark of Khorne action. Nope, just get some Bloodletters. Fair enough. You want a melee squad? Get a demonic one. Power Bash now for Tolali. Gets one generator. Missile launchers, as you might expect, pretty effective at bashing some power gens. Not going to be a triple though, because Heretics have taken the southeast. Blood Crusher again in behind the Tactical Marines here. And that's going to be a retreat for those fellas, I would think. Heretics though, getting dealt with. Heretics can fall off so fast. With a Sanguine Chainsword, Purification Rites Apothecary, and Assault Squad. You can deal with them. But hey, now we have Bloodletters. With those power melee Hellblades. Will slice through the heavy armor of these guys pretty effectively. Assault Squad dropping a model there. Dropped a model there. Here's the second Assault Squad. Also getting a Melter Bomb. Going after that Blood Crusher pretty hard. The champion's still down though. Maybe it's time to revive that guy next, unless he wants to upgrade the CSM to make them a bit scarier. At the moment they're good for basically shooting scouts, or maybe the Apothecary. Weird staggered jump for the Assault Marines. One Melter Bomb goes in, another Melter Bomb goes in. Raptors though suppressing stuff. Bloodletters also getting involved. Eat a Shotgun Blast. You can't suppress Bloodletters, but you can knock them over. Blood Crusher is going to be dealt with here. Raptors also couldn't stay in play for long. Blood Crusher is gone. Maybe should not have taken that fight on, Mr. Redbeard. Thought they had enough with the Raptors jumping in, I think. But they got hurt a lot. Did they have enough? Enough for Touch of Nurgle? Oh, there it is right there. I wonder if they had enough to use it on the Raptors. Not going to kill the Apothecary, I don't think. Did they get a model off the... They did. They got a model off the Assault Marines, unless that guy just wasn't reinforced from last time. 343 to 253. It's a decent little push though for Redbeard. I mean, lost a Blood Crusher, lost a bunch of Heretics, but that happens all the time. But did manage to creep up the map a bit and cap it. And hey, take Champion's back to his feet. He's got to get a sword, surely. It's double Assault Marines. Get a sword or a fist or something. Lots of damage for the Heretics. Not sure how they got chain knocked back. I think some of them were knocked back into the others. Plague Champion doesn't do well in melee with his default loadout. Doesn't quite have the requisition to start getting war gear up though. Redbeard. Decent grenade, unlucky not to get a model there. There's a jump. Forcing a big old retreat. Plague Champion also in retreat, and we're going to see a triple here, I think, for Tolali. Or I'm not sure if something can get to the southeast quickly enough. I assumed scouts would go over there, but scouts are... Oh, you're not even capping your MVP. Which is a bit weird. 258 to 253. There's a double for Redbeard. It's going to be a power bash. And there's that Plague Fist on the way now for Redbeard. I think a sword maybe would have been better, because if you use Pestilent Strike, you're guarding the Assault Marines from range damage. I guess the only range damage he has are the Chaos Space Marines, so it's not a huge loss. Angels of Death used. Global ability of the Apothecary, given 50% damage resist and knockback immunity, are really good purification rights there too. Also has the Armor of Purity. Dealt with that very well, did 12 Elite. These guys don't want to be worshipping there. Uh oh. I think they're going to drop those heretics. Yeah. Another big old heal for the Apothecary. Heal gets more powerful each level. Oh, can they finish off the Assault Squad? 7 hit points. Bloodletters are trying, going for their teleport. Surely this is enough. And they do get them. Hit back pretty hard there, Redbeard. Hit back pretty hard there. Plague Champ is now level 2. Bloodletters get a vital kill there. These fellas weren't in play with their shotguns and stuff. Maybe could have saved them with a knockback. I'm not sure if they can be knocked over when they are waiting for the teleport to trigger. I don't know if you can, like, interrupt them out of it or something. Beautiful grenade there. Killed 6 heretics, I think. Dreadnoughts now for 12 Elite. Plague Champion with the Armor of Pestilence on the way. Ignore that. It's not a jumping heavy melee squad. It's a piece of armor. Not sure where the game pulls those tooltips from. But a lot of them are catastrophically incorrect. Here is the Armor of Pestilence. Makes him pretty tough, but also even slower. Aura of Decay is pretty nice though. Bloodletter's trying to cap over there. Raptors killing a scout or two, but this is something you need to run away from. Chaos Dudes. Dreadnought is up. Starts off as a full-on melee walker for the Space Marines, and there's not a whole lot Redbeard can do about that. I mean, these guys have a heavy melee weapon, but they don't want to fight no Dreadnought. But they carry now level 4. That pumped up heal. Plague Champion's getting close to level 3. Maybe we'll see the icon of Nurgle. It's now only 20 power, which is pretty nice. 183 to 176 on the VP's 1-to-1 cap. Going straight for the raised platform. Gonna meet a Dreadnought though. Basically just kind of need to avoid it for now, I think. It's gonna be tough. Gonna be tough. Yeah, backs away from the Dreadnought. Has to go up there though. There's 2 VPs up here. Does have a decent amount of resources. Havocs are just going to get jumped. More Assault Marines on the way for 12 Elite. I guess Plague Marines are also going to get jumped. It's tough. It's really tough for Redbeard now, because what do they get? They have some Marcos Inc. CSM. Going for Havocs. Can they stop them getting jumped? Probably not, but might be able to punish the Assault Marines for it. Raptors have found some scouts. Eat a shotgun blast. And then the scouts flee. Trying a power bash here. Surprised we didn't see the Mark of Khorne to really punish the Assault Marines. Here's the second Assault Squad. Immediately getting a Sergeant. Avoided a Dreadnought by getting a little cheeky power bash. There's a jump. Uh-oh. Bad time to retreat. I guess they thought they were far enough around this corner. But they weren't. I guess they didn't drop a model, did they? No. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Double cap for 12 Elite though. VPs aren't fine. There's a 2-to-1. Raptors. Oh man, they haven't leveled yet. It's hard to kill Marines. I mean, Heretics drop every 3 seconds as a general rule. So all the Space Marine stuff is nicely leveled up. Level 3 Assault Marines. Dreadnought hasn't got a speck of XP yet. Shotgun Blast and Flee did not get a decap, but what is Redbeard's plan here? Just set up the las cannon and hope that you don't get jumped immediately. It's tough. I mean, what do you do? Plague Marines are also going to get jumped. You get your own Dreadnought. There's tons of anti-vehicle already on the field. GG, says Redbeard. Just kind of ran out of time there. With a bit more, could have got Havocs and Plague Marines up, and then would have been a little bit easier to get shots on the Dreadnought with just one squad. Going to be really tough to counter it. Level 4 Apothecary at the end, and a level 2 Plague Champion at the end. And that's your game 2. 2 up is Tourdalit, and I'll see you in game 3, guys. Hey people, Intrid here, back with Game 3 of this Elite League quarter-final. We are on Jirello's Forge, and Tourdalit has reached his final form as a Lord General fights in ranged combat, begins with a retinue, really strong defense and support. Apologies for the camera freaking out, it always does that when you walk past that big thing for some reason. Redbeard though is not messing around, gone for a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed, powerful offense and disruption, and some Black Legion. Got some more heretics. We of course have a sentinel on the way. Tourdalit is 2 up, and in a best of 5, Redbeard needs to win to save this matchup here and get a place in the semi-finals. There's that sentinel then, everyone's favourite unit these days. CSM are capping, heretics are off to the northeast. Looks like they'll have the run of it. Guardsmen are milling around the mid. Chaos Lord though has found the Lord General, and quite rightly, like a Chaos Lord would, he's given up any notion of capping things and wants to kill. I mean, look at the size of his combi bolter. The size of the chest of those stormtroopers. Eats the stomp though, kind of ran into that and is dealt with. Those CSM are going for the garrison. Heretics couldn't cap the mid. These guys trying to set up a flank, but I think they're going to be spotted here. Tourdalit moved in an intelligent direction, not to be flanked. Lord General might want to reinforce his stormtrooper. Maybe. There we go. 25 requisition, eh? Single cap early on for Redbeard. Those guys... Oh, they killed the other stormtrooper from the garrison. Another stomp on the heretics. That's 2 for 2 now, I think. Guardsmen are decapping. Has a little look at the power. I don't think he's going to be able to do a whole lot. Chaos Lord breaking things. Hasn't even attempted to cap anything yet, this guy. Just wants to kill. No sign of a combi flamer. Always goes for the Havocs, of course. Combi flamer might follow. Sentinel gets the decap. Threaten the stomp there, which makes the Chaos Lord back away. Another Sentinel for Tourdalit. This is going to be cruel, isn't it? Maybe should have gone double CSM with Havocs. Here are the Havocs. A setup team with a suppression weapon. Won't suppress a Sentinel, but they can help limit its movement because it doesn't want to get close to him. And using Corn Worship to position it is quite useful. There we go. Some suppression. We also got some grenade launchers doing their thing. Chaos Lord gets in there, takes a swing, eats a stomp, and is going to be forced to run away here. There we go. Uh-oh. I don't think Redbeard meant to retreat all that stuff. 478 to 429. Needs some more shootiness. Might have to go double Havocs here or something. Guardsmen quietly capping in the corner. Sentinels can do it all, they can bash your power too, with the help of the Lord General. CSM, no Eternal War though. Chaos Lord just trying to heal up. Okay, Havoc's pressing the Sentinels back. Needs to keep that thing moving up, there we go. Grenade launchers will actually do a decent amount of damage to the Sentinels if they can hit them, but they're mainly for messing up the Guardsmen. And there's that Combi Flamer. Now the Chaos Lord brings some decent piercing damage, help chase off those Sentinels. There's some repairs going in. Might eat another stomp here. Do they both have the ground pound? They do. Just ran right into that stomp again. They both have it. Catachan's on the way now for Kuala Lee, and that's a really bad news for Redbeard. Look at the map. It's almost all blue. Redbeard has struggled to get the Chaos Lord in and around those Sentinels without getting stomped on. Heretics are just going to get shot to pieces and stomped again. What is the cooldown on the stomp? Doesn't tell me. 478 to 313 seems very short. Okay, needs to have Havocs in play to have a chance here. But now we have Catachans that can disrupt them. Chaos Lord goes in on this Sentinel. There's that unreliable grenade launcher. Nice terrain, says Redbeard. Not happy. Says GG. And there it is. Redbeard concedes. The map is almost completely blue. Was not having a good time. Was not having a fun time with these Sentinels here. Lord General did not level up. What a noob. Well, there you have it. 3-0, which means Kuala Lee wins this quarterfinal and is the last player to slide into the semi-finals. And I'll see you then, guys. Thank you for watching.